What was the first event that you skated while you were sponsored?
I'm gonna try and think. Well, we got an earthquake here.
Is that an earthquake?
Hold on, people. New York City earthquake. Wow. Yeah, it's shaking ground here. Let's hope we're okay here. This is an earthquake in New York City.
That was wild, right?
Maybe a truck hit the bottom of the building and shook it.
What are all those noises? Those alarms?
Should we keep going or what?
I don't know.
That's crazy. It's too bad this isn't live.
It's funny because we're from California, so we're kind of used to that.
We're brought earthquakes with us. Yeah.
Welcome. Here we go.
And I'm not Tony Hawk. Hey everybody, Jason Ellis, world famous comedian, but not famous at all, but a comedian. I'm on the road doing comedy. Everybody can come and see me. You can see me May 1st, Long Beach, baby. May 8th, Culver City. May 10th, Tulsa. And then 11th in Tulsa. And then May 12th, Oklahoma. And then June 13th, I'm in Salt Lake City. And then Tacoma, Washington, July 5th and 6th. And then Spokane, July 7th. And then July 24th, Louisville. And then I'm going to be July 25th in Port Wayne. I don't even know where that is, but I'm going there. And then Appleton, Wisconsin, I've been there. I said Fort Wayne. You don't understand what I'm saying, but Fort Wayne, I don't know how to say it or where it is, but I'm going there and I'm doing jokes, you bastards. And then Appleton, Wisconsin, I've been there once. I ate cheese curds and then I pooed them out and they still look like the actual thing that I ate right after it. So I'm excited to be there, everybody. July 26th and 27th. Go to thejasonellis.com for tickets. Woo!
Mark Gonzales.
Tony, what's up? Nice to see you.
Thanks for coming.
Thank you for coming. We're in my hometown.
I know. We're in New York.
Just before we say New York, I mean, I would have died to have been at your ramp doing the podcast. Is it under the ramp or where's the?
It's right next to the ramp. Yeah.
I would have loved to have been there.
Well, I know that you have no plans to come to California right now, but if you do, we can do this again because Jason is so bummed he couldn't make it. He has a comedy gig in Washington that he booked a long time ago, and he never does them out of town. Mm-hmm. It's like this one time he couldn't get out of it.
Yeah.
So he's sorry to miss it.
I remember him in Australia, like when I met him. Yeah.
That's right. You were on those early Australia events.
The Easter tours.
Yeah.
During Easter time.
All the hardcore stuff.
Yeah.
And, I mean, you were in the Vert contest.
I think I was, yeah. I mean, I think I was just taking runs. I wasn't like trying to place.
It's funny because I know we skated for different teams, whatever. We had different crews, but we ended up traveling together a lot.
So, yeah, we did. But, let's talk about Australia, like the Easter tour, that one tour, like, I think it was you, Jeff Phillips, like you guys all started doing like frontside ollies, like above 4 feet. Do you remember that?
Kinda.
It was crazy.
I don't remember like specific tricks in that era.
Oh my!
But I do remember I did one.
Yeah.
In Torquay.
Yeah, that ramp. It was like all of you guys started doing like super high frontside ollies. I was like, what the heck?
Yeah, and I got the cover of Thrasher.
Yeah, I had never seen that before. That was crazy. But it was like the board was glued to your feet.
Yeah, but you, I mean, that's high praise coming from you because you had the biggest frontside ollies. You had that scoop thing where you got above it, like Lee Ralph.
Yeah.
Jason Jesse, like.
Yeah. Yeah. What?
I never had that.
No, but you guys started to do them like not like ollies, like airs without grabbing, kind of like how Kevin Staub does his backside ollies.
Yeah.
But you guys were doing it frontside. I was like, how are they doing this? I was like so surprised.
But I'm just surprised that to hear you say that because I felt like you had that same scoop. So.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, but it wasn't a scoop. It was like a ride out.
Like a ride out, yeah.
Yeah, you guys were like just like floating out. I wanted to talk about something else, but I mean about Australia, but my mind just went somewhere else. Yeah.
I think it was just fun because those were the kind of trips where it wasn't Vision, it wasn't PAL, it was the distributor. So the distributor had everyone.
Yeah.
right? So we got to travel together, like you said, with Jeff Phillips and everyone else. So those were really fun because it was like we were traveling with the skate. I don't know, the pros of the day.
Yeah.
But it wasn't just the Bones Brigade. It wasn't just the Vision team.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, you know it, and I know it. It kind of like. It's like packs, or you know what I mean, the Vision pack or the Powell pack or the Santa Cruz pack, or you know, it's kind of like, it's kind of like spoils the fun. I mean, when we're all having fun, it's good. Or like what you're saying. I mean, yeah, but I mean, I'm envious of the Powell team, of course. I mean, you guys had the coolest, like, you know, and you guys had the special shirts for contests and stuff.
Yeah.
That was so cool. I loved it. Or like the one time
you say that.
You guys had like, it looked like the to-go packages on the Asian to-go packages, you know.
Oh, yeah. Like the takeout.
Yeah, and on the back of the shirts it had the takeout box. Or like, I was just like, oh, that's so cool. I want one of those.
How you zero in on that stuff.
Yeah.
How did you end up on Vision?
Well, you know, I rode for Powell, and I mean, I don't know, John Fallahy wanted to give me like 50 cents a board, you know, royalties.
Right.
And then I was like, started getting phone calls from Santa Cruz, from Madrid, from Vision, not from Powell. Depressing. No. No, I'm kidding. It doesn't matter. People were calling me, and Brad Dorfman called me, and my mom was like, wow, you're getting phone calls. And they said that they would, you know, not match it, but they said they would do a lot better than 50 cents a board. And they had a warehouse, and they were like a bigger. So I chose Vision.
Oh, that's cool. So it wasn't like you had homies that were on the team or anything on your own?
Yeah. I mean, and the money. I mean.
I remember when you first got sponsored. I think I saw you first at that Oceanside event, the one at the pier.
Yeah.
Were you doing like
tailbones
off of the side of the jump ramp?
Yeah.
And
wait, where was it? Oceanside? No, it was Huntington Beach.
Huntington Beach.
Yeah, it was the World Open class. Remember all those guys from England came to it?
I don't know how you remember all this stuff.
I mean, do you remember that or no?
Not really. I do. There was an Oceanside event though.
Yeah,
there was one at the pier.
you were wearing red sweatpants. No, I mean,
oh my God.
No, Todd Twist. You know Sean Goff, like he videoed with the camera, and he's got the footage. I mean, it's.
I wasn't disputing that fact. I don't remember it at all.
No, it was really cool. Like you skated good. I think you did a frontside slappy.
I want to see that footage now.
Yeah, I think it's out there. I mean, I'm pretty sure it is. Yeah.
What was the first event that you skated while you were sponsored?
I'm gonna try and think. Well, we got an earthquake here.
Is that an earthquake?
Hold on, people. New York City earthquake. Wow. Yeah, it's a shaking ground here. Let's hope we're okay here. This is an earthquake in New York City.
That was wild, right?
Maybe a truck hit the bottom of the building and shook it.
What are all those noises? Those alarms?
Should we keep going or what?
I don't know.
That's crazy. It's too bad this isn't live.
It's funny because we're from California, so we're kind of used to that.
We're brought earthquakes with us. Yeah. I mean, that's what I keep.
No, I just mean like that you kind of push through an earthquake.
Yeah, that's why I'm just talking. I'm like not so afraid. I mean, because it happens in California all the time. You know, earthquakes.
Yeah. I know you grew up used to that. You ever been in an earthquake?
This is my first time.
Really?
I mean, it's not a big deal to you either, right? Is it?
Not really. I mean, that was pretty
wild.
Pretty wild, though.
Yeah.
That was substantial. Jason, I want to hear about Factor.
Factor meals is a survival mechanism that if you sign up and you get them delivered to your house, you save so much money, it's ludicrous, and you're full and wholesomely ready and nutritionalized, that's a word, and ready to charge life. And no dishes. You gotta get a fork. They don't come with forks. But the plate, just put that in the trash and you just go. Like if you're like a bachelor and you don't like cooking or washing dishes, not me. I love washing
Never
dishes.
frozen, right?
No.
Never frozen meals.
Never. No. 2 minutes in the microwave and Bob is your total answer.
I knew that was coming. With 35 different meals and more than 60 add-ons to choose from every week, you'll always have new flavors to explore.
Filet mignon.
2 minutes for filet mignon.
Filet mignon. 2 minutes.
I'm
Look
glad
how
you know how to
jacked I am,
pronounce that.
everybody. That's thanks to Factor. And because I go to the gym like a maniac. But it's also because I got time to go to the gym because I'm not washing dishes.
Oh, good point. Or preparing meals.
Yeah, you know what I'm doing? I'm
I
preparing
think preparing meals takes longer than washing dishes.
I don't know. I'm too busy jacking.
Eating and working out.
I swear that's all I do. It's insane.
All right, well, enjoy effortless support for your lifestyle. Choose from 6 menu preferences to help you manage calories, maximize protein intake, avoid meat, and simply eat well balanced.
Head to factormeals.com/wolfhawk50 and use code wolfhawk50 to get 50% off your first box plus 20% off your next month. That's code wolfhawk50 at Factor.
Let's see, first sponsored contest. I think it was in Capitola.
Oh, yeah. The downhill one?
Yeah, I think that was my first. Oh no, they had a contest at near the Holiday Inn in San Diego. San Diego's Embarcadero.
Oh, yeah.
San Diego's Embarcadero. I think that might have been my first
Yep.
one. Maybe that or
That's the one where Neil was spray painting.
no, not that
No,
one.
that was in San Diego.
Yeah, Embarcadero. It was the same ramps for Motion Side, but it was before, I think.
Wow.
I don't know. Crazy times.
Honestly, your memory seems better than mine. So,
Yeah. But anyways, either
what was the event that you had? That you were doing, I think, a street plant on a parking block.
that was the Huntington Beach one.
That was Huntington Beach,
Where
okay.
Sean Goff has the footage of you. That makes you laugh so hard.
I know, because it's so random.
Yeah. No, I remember that was pretty fun. I mean, Billy Ruff did. I remember what the tricks that people were doing. It was fun. Yeah. He came up and did a 360 and a half on the wedge. You know.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I don't know how Gary Skate Davis did that trick. What's it called? A hazard up on the thing.
Yep.
The footage last. I mean, I don't want to give it. I don't want to talk about it. Yours and Rodney's thing was amazing. I really enjoyed myself.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. And I want to talk about it, but I want to save it for other people that get to see it, so they don't know what's going on.
I mean, this will air after those, or like we're doing it in Austin.
Yeah.
And that's the only one.
Okay.
Because it's not a tour unless something happens and people really like it.
Yeah.
As of right now, these are the only ones we're doing.
Okay, so your street footage in the thing last night.
Yeah.
You do such a cool hazard. I'm like, damn.
Oh, that's right.
Hazards are so hard to do. You have to get down.
I know. I can't do them anymore. I can't do them just because I can barely grab Tuckney now.
Yeah. And the other thing that was pretty crazy last night with the hazard, and then I can't even think what else I was talking. Oh, your indie airs. You ollie into indie airs?
Oh, yeah.
You talk about that?
Mm-hmm.
And, when I saw you blasting indie airs, like ollieing into it and grabbing lane, I was like, oh my God. I was like so blown away, and I thought it was so awesome. But last night you explained that you lost your speed when you had bent down to grab your board.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's so cool that it was like there was a purpose. It wasn't just like, I'm going to ollie and grab it. You were like...
Oh, it was just desperate. Yeah.
Yeah.
There was no way I was thinking I was creating a new way to skate. It was just more like it's the only way. Because when you do indie airs, if you grab early...
You lose your speed.
It's gone,
Yeah.
right? Yeah, and I had no speed at the time.
Yeah.
So when I finally figured out, like, if I ollie into it, it was just more like, oh, finally I can do it higher.
Yeah.
But it's funny, I did tell that story that I haven't
night.
told here, but that Rodney and Rocco were watching me do that.
Oh, that's crazy. Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah. So how soon did you start ollieing front side too?
I think not long after that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, my first attempt at doing that was doing a lean air, but it was more like lean airs you can kind of grab.
Yeah.
You can grab right when you take off. You don't have to grab it late.
Yeah. Laners are sometimes they're so fun.
They're so fun.
Yeah.
I know, it's awesome because you can drag your back foot behind.
Yeah.
I love it.
Like a lean to tail, but then just come straight in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love how you always did tricks. It felt like that you just liked the way they felt.
Yeah.
It wasn't like you liked them because of how they looked or because that was the trick that day. You were just like, oh, this one just feels good.
Remember the one day I don't know what ramp we were at, but I got you to do I mean, it's the most awkward trick ever. I got you to do a mute fast plant untucked.
Yes.
Untucked is like, Dude, I got
do
a photo
remember
of it too.
You do?
Yeah, I took the photo of it.
No, that is a deep cut.
Yeah.
Wow. There is no way I could do that.
Again?
No. Yeah, probably. Yeah, that's probably what's one and done.
Yeah.
For sure.
I mean, talk about feeling. I mean, that must have felt so horrible.
Oh, for sure. But I mean, you did slob fast plants,
That's so fun. A slob fest plant
but
feels
not
good.
tuckney.
Not tuckney, no.
Yeah, that's wild. I mean, you're probably the only one that could get away with that.
But it's, I mean, you just like, it's so stinky and like, it feels so good and so stinky.
I love it.
But like to do it backside, it's like totally underneath and like,
It's terrible.
yeah, but I couldn't believe when you did it. I asked you to do it and you did it.
That's so you to like suggest that.
Yeah.
And then you're probably the only one that can make me do that.
Oh, thanks. No, I mean, it makes me feel good that you did it and that I'm the only one.
Do you remember when we went to Paris for the Bourges skate camp?
Yeah, that was so much fun.
That was really fun.
You did a 540 without your helmet or pads on, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was actually that year. That was the first time I tried 900.
Wow, really?
Yeah. It was
don't-
like 80, 87 maybe?
Yeah. I hit my head at that. I mean, I don't know what I was trying, but I hit my head. It sucked.
At Bourges?
Yeah.
At the skate camp?
Yeah, I woke up and I mean, I must have made it up to like, I don't know if it was a bungalow or the rooms we had, you know. And then I got my film developed like from like that day or something. Or
Yeah.
I got like, these crazy photos of like cleaning areas and like trippy shit. So I think I bumped my head and like I was like walking around and taking pictures of like random weird
Concussed.
shit. Yeah. I mean, you know when you do weird shit? Like
Yeah.
I couldn't believe it. I was like, these photos I must have taken them when I was like out to lunch or something.
Wow. Didn't we ended up in Paris too.
Yeah.
I remember you took us out to talk about weird, like vivid details. You took us out to dinner at a super fancy Japanese place, and this is like
In
87 or
Paris?
something. In Paris, yeah.
Wow.
And because you had Vision card, you had a Vision credit card,
Wow.
but then the bill came, and you ripped it up.
No way.
Yeah, and I could not figure out like, why did he just do that? Does he not want to pay? Is he like making a statement? And then they brought another one, and you paid for it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I was
That's funny.
like,
Yeah.
is this performance art?
Yeah. I mean, people tell me I've done things that I don't believe. I mean, I can't believe that I would do something like that because, you know, I don't break the law that much. You know, I'm pretty square. I mean, ripping a thing.
Yeah, it just seemed out of character.
Yeah.
But I
mean,
remember on that trip too, you had been traveling around Europe,
Yeah.
and I feel like you didn't have a home base,
Yeah.
so you just kept leaving stuff in different cities.
Oh, I remember that.
And then
'Cause
you were
left
like,
a
I
lot-
got to go back to this city because I left my clothes there.
Yeah, yeah.
And I left my skate stuff at this other city. And I was
Yeah.
like, what is going on?
I'm so upset because, you know, I mean, I love Prince, you know, the musician Prince.
Yeah.
So I was really into Prince and I went to see Prince live in Paris and I like bought like merchandise, like the t-shirt, the playbook or whatever
Yeah.
comes, you know. And I had it all in my luggage and I left it in Austria. And I wanted to go back to Austria to get it, but I never went back. And like I got a bunch of toys from the Czech Republic, you know, because we went to Czechoslovakia.
Yeah.
And I had my toys in there, and they're like from like, you know, like from an Eastern country, you know, like, and I had toys, the Prince T-shirt, like all this, like cassettes, all these cool
It's
things.
still the stuff of legend. It's
Yeah.
there somewhere.
It's in Austria.
But
Still
in Austria, where? Like you left at someone's house?
two guys' house. They're two brothers. I mean, I remember like being at another demo like years later. They go, "Hey, do you remember you left your stuff? They still got it." I was like, "Oh, I forgot about that shit already."
Okay, how's this? So when we went to Paris again for that weird demo in the arena
Oh yeah,
with all the BMXers
that was at Bercy. Yeah,
in Bercy, yeah. And Joe Johnson was there, Kevin Staub was there,
they had a
Danny
big
Way,
yeah.
and
Jeff Phillips was there too.
Jeff Phillips was there. And you and Joe, this is random.
I love Joe. He's so cool.
You and Joe Johnson were sharing a room.
Yeah,
Me and Kevin Staub were sharing a room.
yeah.
I was exhausted, and you guys all went out to the club, the
Yeah.
Douche.
Yeah, that was it. Yeah, the
Um,
lady would never let me in. She didn't like me. But
Yeah,
I mean, I
well,
must
that's
have-
one thing. You guys said you were going. I was like, we're never getting in, so
Yeah.
I'm not going to go with you guys.
Yeah.
And I was so tired anyway. And then you came. Okay, so this was my version of events.
okay.
I was asleep in the room. Kevin came back wasted, and I was like, "How was it?" He's like, "Did you get in?" He goes, "Yeah, dude, we got in." How did you get in? He's like, "I don't know, but we met Keith Haring."
That's so cool.
Do you remember that?
Yeah. I remember meeting him. I mean, I guess I did get in that night, but I had a thing from the Bandouche, and it kind of had like a long pyramid downwards, the logo for the club, Le Bandouche. And I said, I go, "Can you do a drawing for me?" And I handed him the stub from the club when you go in, and he drew like a little thing, and the upside down pyramid was the head for the thing that he drew. I go, "Wow." I go, "That's really cool." I go, "Do you want to put a head on it, or do you want that to be the head?" He goes, I want that to be the head. That's a lot better than, I mean, it's just, that's like, and I was like, wow. And I was really into it. It was so cool.
Do you still have it?
I don't, I mean, I lose everything, like the stuff in Austria.
Oh man,
I lose everything. But he did draw on some shoes for Joe Johnson,
Yeah.
I think. Yeah. But then I think they got stolen, right?
I don't know. I just remember when he came back, I was already frustrated because he was so wasted and making all this noise, and he puked on the bed. But that's another story.
He puked on the bed?
Yeah. Do you want to know the story about that? Because this is pretty vivid.
Okay, let's hear it.
All right. And Kevin, I apologize, but I've told this story many times. This is the dumbest story, but you were involved in it. So it's from that night.
Okay.
So Kevin came back. Like I said, he was wasted, and he said, "You guys all met Keith Haring," which I was super jealous of. And he went to sleep, and then I woke up to water splashing like around.
Yeah.
What's going on? I look up, and Kevin's just puking all over.
Oh my God, that's the sound of the puke. Like,
Yeah, splashing on everything.
Yeah.
And I was just like, all right, I'm going to try to ignore this.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Dude, I'm sorry. I'm like, Kevin, just go back to sleep. I don't want to think about it. I just want to sleep."
Yeah.
And he's like, "Yeah, but it's all over your stuff."
Oh shit.
And I was like, damn it. So I get up and I walk out, and I know where you guys' room is.
Yeah.
So I go down the hallway to go to your guys' room because I just want to go to sleep.
Yeah.
And as I'm walking down the hallway, I hear all this clanging behind me, and Kevin is carrying his mattress
Oh jeez.
with him in the hallway. And I was like, "What are you doing?" He goes, "I don't want to sleep in there. There's puke everywhere."
Oh jeez.
So then we knock on your door, unfortunately, and I'm like, "I'm not with him, but I guess I'm with him."
Yeah.
I'm like, "Can we sleep in here?" And yeah, okay. So Kevin puts his mattress down, and I sleep between your guys' beds.
Wow.
And you were so frustrated because Kevin's just a disaster.
Yeah.
And then I think at some point he got up and started peeing in the corner,
Oh, I think I remember that.
and you got super mad at that point, and you left.
That's crazy. I remember that. I remember that because I really get upset about people like pissing not in the toilet.
Oh yeah, it was not okay.
Yeah, I really I remember that part of it.
I just felt like you guys had such a cool night.
Yeah.
And you came home and like
Yeah.
everything was fun.
Yeah.
And then Kevin and I just destroyed it.
Yeah, that was funny. I remember that. I don't know where I went. Where did I go?
I don't know.
Yeah.
But you were so transient anyway. Like you said,
Yeah.
you were leaving stuff all over the world, so
Yeah.
it didn't really matter.
Probably got a different hotel room. It's easy. If you got ID and a
I
credit
love
card.
that you and I remember bits and pieces of the thing, so we
Yeah.
can actually piece it all together.
Yeah.
Like,
What
we do
about
research.
let's think of something good.
Yes, like something good.
I mean, that was so great. I mean, Kevin. We used to party a lot. Me, Kevin, and Joe Johnson in England.
Yeah.
Yeah, we used to go to this. I think it was a restaurant called Cha Cha's. It sounds so funny. They had the best margaritas. I don't drink anymore, but
How did you guys end up in London all the time?
I think that ramp was so good. We just wanted to skate there, so that's what we were doing there.
Which ramp?
The Latimer Road ramp.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So.
I love that you were traveling. I mean, you're traveling overseas to go skate half pipes.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I was into it, and well, it's super fun. I like street skating a lot, but it's kind of got to the phase where people wanted to just see me do street skating.
Yeah.
But I mean, I love to skate mini ramp, vert. I mean, I'll even skate a full pipe. I mean, I don't like full pipes.
Yeah.
Ditches are fun, but like I went to Czechoslovakia and they wanted to see me street skate, and I'm like, I want to skate I want to skate the ramp. The ramp had this super thick coping, and I wanted to do fakie ollies.
Oh, I love that.
Fakie ollies on big coping.
I love oversized coping.
Yeah. So I was into that, and then they wanted to see me street skate, and I was like, I don't want to. But I did, you know.
Yeah,
So-
I mean, that was, you were definitely...
Travel around to skate ramps. Yeah.
But I mean, you were definitely labeled as a street skater,
Yeah.
one of the original street
Yeah.
skaters. And I knew you from skating with you at Lance's ramp.
Yeah.
I mean, we would bounce tricks off each other all the time.
Yeah, we would. It's crazy. I mean, that's got to be one of the funnest things. And hearing you and Rodney talk about stuff too, it was like so cool.
Oh yeah, I mean it was whenever Rodney would come to town, he was the one I wanted to show the new tricks to,
Yeah, that's cool.
because I knew he would be able to take something from it and figure out some crazy.
Yeah, the
new
finger
thing.
flip there you did. Like,
Yeah.
I remember when you did that. I mean, I must have been, well, we're the same age. So I remember seeing that though. I was like, I wanted to do it. I mean, I think I did it on street. Like I did a bean plant. Well, I mean, a bean plant, and then I planted my other foot, and then I jumped like a backside air and like flipped my board real quick. But I did it on the street. And I thought I
Yes.
was you. I thought I was doing your trick. No, I'm serious. No, but I mean, if you take one foot off and then you step and take your other foot off, both your feet are no longer on the board. It's not a trick anymore.
That is a weird one.
Don't
for
you
sure.
agree?
Yeah,
As
you're like running for the bus.
Yeah. As soon as you take one foot off your board and plan it and do a trick, that's a trick.
Yeah.
As soon as you take one foot off and then another, it's like no longer a skate move.
There were a few people that would do that on Vert too, where they would like run along the coping.
Yeah.
And we called it late for the bus.
That's so funny. Late for the bus.
But some people would actually take the chance and flip the board as they jumped in.
Yeah.
That was legit.
That one guy did a cool one though. I mean, what was his name? Kevin McGuire. He did one where he goes up and he takes I think he does 2 steps off the board, but it's so cool because he stands it up like a freestyle move on the bank and then comes back in. It looks really cool. I mean, this is like, I don't know, 85 or 1985 or something.
And it was Wild West. Like
Yeah.
anything goes.
I mean, 86. Yeah.
How did you, I mean, I knew you as a really good transition skater, obviously, but how did you sort of change, I don't want to say focus, but like change your focus to more street stuff? Or was it just, I just skate everything and whatever is in front of me?
I mean, there were times where it was like street skating was my main focus, you know, but I always wanted to skate vert and stuff, you know, but like, I mean, like you talked about me and you bouncing tricks off of each other at Lance's or at different places. And with Naudis, you know, in the streets, I mean, like we were going back and forth doing tricks together and stuff.
I mean, did you think that, we're creating this movement?
We were having fun. I mean,
just having fun.
Yeah, and doing difficult tricks and seeing who could do a more difficult trick.
Uh-huh.
But I mean, we each have something different, you know. I don't know when my focus became on street or vert. I mean, it wasn't like, I remember wanting a bigger nose on street or shorter wheelbase on street.
I want to get into that.
And a bigger wheelbase on vert, because you know when you have a smaller wheelbase, you go like that.
Right.
You know your board isn't as stable. When you have a bigger wheelbase on vert, you land and you kind of like are more stable. So I would ride 2 different boards, one for street and one for vert.
Yeah, I did too for a while, but then I realized that I'm not really, my street game's not that
Your street
innovative.
game was good. I saw the footage last night.
But I want to talk to you about this. I remember you were the first person I saw do this. I credit you with this, that you were the first person I ever saw drill the truck holes back.
Oh, yeah.
Because on no slides and tail slides,
Yeah.
well, mostly on no slides,
Yeah.
you would hit the bolts and it would stop.
Yeah.
As far as I'm concerned, you're responsible for the whole pattern changing on skateboards.
Yeah. Yay, that was me.
Right? But that was what you were doing. Like you
Yeah.
actually, but you were drilling holes in your trucks to change the whole pattern.
I don't remember. I don't think that was me on the through the steel or through the metal or the sandcast.
I saw your trucks modified like that, and I was like,
Really? Maybe Fausto.
that's amazing.
Maybe Fausto did it.
Maybe.
That was a wild time, right? Like when the trucks started to come back and nose slides. Do you remember Neil?
Yeah,
like,
I mean, that was, but
do you remember Neil like riding up in like the first like to nose? I mean, I don't think he was being serious. He was just.
You mean nose stall?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that kind of like led to nose on the street and then nose slides and.
It's so fascinating to hear your version of it, though.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't know if I was the first to do a nose slide.
I just mean that I just remember seeing your board. It was modified, and I was like, "Oh, that's cool." But what a hassle that you have to drill new holes, and then next thing you know,
I kept moving them back and moving them back and moving them back, and you know, it was so weird. Is Lee Ralph, he would ride like a 14 and a half wheelbase on Vert. I'm like, how are you like not squirreling out?
Yeah. He's a big dude.
Yeah, I like the bigger wheelbase. I mean, even Christian rides like a huge wheelbase.
Yeah. Well, I mean, especially now, I see your board right there. It's a beast.
Yeah, it's a tank.
I don't know if you know this, guys, but chicks dig man ass. And if you've got a man's ass, sweatpants don't expose it. You got to get some jeans, and they got to be comfortable, and they got to be like stretchy, but also they like show the buttocks, the power. You've been lifting things, tipping rocks, and carrying trees. I don't know what the hell that's, but that's where your power comes from. And chicks see it. They don't even know that it's happening, but when they see your powerful butt, they're like, wow, what's your phone number? Or maybe they already live with you. And then they're like, maybe I'll cook your dinner and you could bone me. The perfect jean isn't just another pair of stiff, uncomfortable, nut-crushing pants. They've cracked the code on solving all your denim difficulties. The perfect jean makes great-looking, perfect-fitting jeans. They're as comfortable as sweatpants, more stretchy than a kangaroo pouch. Trust me, I was born in one, so I know how stretchy they are, and these are even stretchier than my mum's box. Yeah, look, I really like them. I got them, sure, I got a pair for free, but I'm wearing them right now because they're really comfortable, and I'm pretty critical on jeans, man. If they're a little out, a little tight, a little loose or something, I'm going to be critical of it, and these are great. I don't feel bad about them at all, and like they said, they are stretchy, and I move. Every now and then with jeans on, I still feel like kicking you in the head, and I can with these on. For a limited time, our listeners get 15% off their first order plus free shipping at theperfectjean.nyc or Google The Perfect Jean and use the code WOLF15 for 15% off, man.
I wanted to do a big nose. You were one of the first to have a big nose. And then I was trying to find something that would work for Vert.
Yeah.
And then I kind of went... I made it the longest nose that had been made at the time.
Yeah.
But it looked absurd.
Yeah.
Like it just looked like some crazy torpedo.
Yeah.
So I tried to add the sort of hammerhead side cuts to it. And I remember you saw my board at that time when I was testing it, and you're like, "You've gone crazy."
Oh, really?
Yeah, like that was your first response. Like, you are crazy.
Yeah.
That is insane.
Yeah.
And
That's
I
too
was
long.
like, I know, but it's I like feeling like I want to see that little cut in, so that I can at least see the wheels.
Yeah.
I don't know what my reasoning was.
Yeah.
But that's the board that we went with.
Yeah. You remember too, because the molds, when they press boards, you know, the molds for the nose stopped. Like I remember like wanting a bigger nose, and they said the mold doesn't go that far. And I'm like, but you got to make it that far.
I know, but you were pioneering all of that. It was fascinating. I was looking to you for a direction because I was like, oh well, Mark has a long. I want that nose.
Yeah. Well, you had to, you know. I mean, like again, Neil Blender, like you know, like remember the May days?
Yeah.
So like come up, pivot, and go back to fakie.
Yeah, pivot to fakie.
I mean, and then like just do the May Day backwards on the nose.
Right.
And then it came in like nose picks or like, you know, nose picks straight in. Remember like the people would do them on the street. They would come like roll up to the curb, back truck, front truck. All this stuff. I don't know if it was because they couldn't ollie into a nose pick or it was just the style. You know, they'd like crab it up.
or just like a nose pick stall and then swing the tail out and then bring it back. Do you remember that one?
Yeah.
Like, I don't even know what that trick would be called.
Yeah.
But there was definitely one to do in the street contest. So funny.
Crazy times.
What was your favorite event back then?
Just seeing the scene, seeing all the pros that were there, and
Yeah.
just seeing.
But I mean, you did well in those street events.
Yeah.
And you really utilized the chorus in a way that probably they had hoped someone could do, but no one could really do it like you did it.
Well, your dad, rest in peace. He used to tell me, he goes, "When are you going to settle down and win one of these things?"
Did he say that?
Yeah, he said that to me. No, but it's so strange. And then I was like,
But what does he mean? Because you're just too hyper?
No, because I was doing tricks that no one was doing. I was doing things that were like so out there, like so different.
Yeah.
It was like so beyond. And he was like, "When are you gonna settle down and win one of these things?" He meant like, when are you gonna like not go crazy and like,
Do something we understand.
Settle down, or when are you gonna win one?
But it's funny because my dad would probably recognize that you had that skill.
Yeah.
And it was more that you were just so far beyond any of us that no one could really even grasp what you were doing.
Yeah.
But I can see it through my dad's eyes where he's like, when are you going to play by the rules?
Yeah, maybe that's exactly what he
play
meant.
by the rules and just win it because you have that. That would be easy for you.
Yeah, it would. Well, I mean, after
Even though, what are the rules? I don't know. But
after I won one, that seemed like good enough for me. Then it was just like showcasing new tricks and having fun and seeing everybody and getting on the scene. No, it's totally true. Like, like you said, like, what was it like? I mean, just like, just like who was there, what was happening, and then do something crazy or do a trick that no one's seen, and then, you know what I mean?
I loved it.
Yeah.
I mean, it was, watching you at a street event back then was like watching Rodney at a freestyle event.
But back to your dad, like before, you asked me like, when did I street skate, or like when was I difference between street and vert? I used to enter castle contests, and your dad was always there. Mm-hmm. And I liked the slalom castle. I liked the bank slalom. Like all these events, I was like so into them. And it was before street skating was even a thing, you know.
Right.
And I think, do you remember Bo Brown?
Of course.
All these guys, like, and then street skating became, and then they got street models, and they're doing bonelesses, and like it's like all this. I mean, it went crazy for a second.
It did.
So I don't know. I don't know why I wanted to talk about that. I just wanted to.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah.
That's
So
so
I guess
great.
the castle contest, your dad, that made me. I don't know.
Do you remember coming to my house in Fallbrook with Jason Lee?
Yeah, that was fun that time.
You guys would just stay and we would skate vert.
Yeah, that was fun. I remember that one session there. I like that ramp you had in the little ramp closer to your house.
Yeah. I have a photo of you skating that.
Yeah, that was fun.
Doing a frontside ollie.
Yeah.
I know. I kind of want to recreate that ramp.
That would be so cool.
It's pretty steep though. I mean, it was 8-foot transition, 7 feet high. So it was like almost vert.
Yeah.
And you could definitely
The
hang up
footage
on
last
it.
night was so cool. You had footage of Ray Underhill doing the invert on a mini ramp.
Oh yeah.
That was crazy.
For the news segment.
Every time people do inverts on mini ramps, I'm like, how do they do that?
There's a few kids now that are doing that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. There's one kid, Pikerman. He can do like legit stalled Andrex like Eric Grisham on mini ramps.
That's cool.
Yeah.
So build that mini ramp. I'll come and skate it.
I am interested, like every time that we have this sort of sporadic communication. You'll just send me ideas or trick things or videos and stuff out of the blue. But I feel like whenever I see it, you're very much in that same mindset where it's like, hey, we should try this.
Yeah.
We should check out this trick. And I was like, okay, Mark, we're 55, but we should try it.
Yeah.
But I know you're capable of it.
Yeah. I mean, I practice every day. No, I'm always practicing.
Yeah.
Or not practicing, I'm always skating, you know. Some people say don't call it practicing. You don't practice, it's not Little League. I think it was Craig Johnson.
Yeah.
He was talking about it. It's like, it's not fucking practice.
Right.
This isn't Little League. I mean, I call it practicing because I'm real serious about what I'm doing.
That was fun when we finally did that doubles thing at Chelsea Piers.
Oh yeah, that was so much fun.
That was, I mean, I still talk about it, how it was not an easy thing to do.
No.
Like, you did a boneless one, and I had to skirt under you, but for you to be doing boneless ones in that deep end, over and over, that's a lot.
Yeah. We just had to get the timing right, remember?
I know, but it's not even the timing. Like, it was more that the idea of going under someone's boneless is kind of absurd to me. But that's what you wanted to do, and I was in.
Well, we did the frontside air grind, and I think you're the one that organized it at your ramp a long time ago, and Burton shot the photo.
Yeah.
So I remember when you explained it to me, you go straight up and down, and I'm going to go under you.
Because we're both goofy-footed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I thought doubles on Vert always had to be like that. I thought, it has to always be like that. Like, and you're like, no, you go straight up, and then I go under you. And then
that way we're facing the same direction.
Yeah. And then so we did it at your ramp a long time ago. And then...
Oh, man, I'm going to have to find that photo.
Yeah, so we did that, and then you were here, and you said, let's skate. And I said, let's do the same thing, except for I'll do a boneless, so it's different. It's not the same thing. So that's why I did the boneless.
Yeah, it was... I remember it was challenging to find the exact right moment to get on the coping and get past you.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying that because when I do have that communication with you, and even in that scenario, you're like right back when we were 20.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know what to say about that. I mean, someone said to me, you're so youthful, or you seem so youthful, and I'm just like, you haven't seen me around my kids. Don't do that. Stay down. Like, to them, I'm not youthful. I'm like crotchety old man.
Oh, speaking of, I brought Hot Wheels.
Oh, good. Enzo's going to be happy.
Yeah, for Enzo. You sent me a photo of Enzo's Easter basket with one of our Hot Wheels things. So I brought a whole play set for him.
Enzo, I mean, I don't know how he found out about you, but he goes, Dad, Tony Hawk is the best skater in the world.
That is absurd.
And then I was like now when he gets to meet you, he's going to be like, I'm so excited.
I'll be happy to correct him and tell him that it's actually his dad is the best skater.
No, I mean, thanks, Tony.
Does he skate?
Not I mean, on his knees, or he's trying.
Yeah.
I mean, he likes to jump around.
Do you ever take him for rides on your board?
Yeah. Oh, that's what we do. Yeah. He rides between my legs, and I hold him, and he likes to drop in. We have a big foam surfboard. He likes to like run up it and jump and do all kinds of stuff. Yeah.
You take him to the skate park then?
Not too often. Sometimes, yeah. Chelsea Piers is the same place where we did the doubles.
Right.
Yeah. And, super crazy story. I took him to the skate park in Boston,
Yeah.
And there was a rat in the bottom of the bowl.
Alive?
Yeah, and it was trying to get out. It was trying to get out.
That, yeah.
And I was like, holy crap.
Did you help it?
I couldn't. I didn't want to get germs or like get bit by the rat.
We've had snakes get stuck in our skate park.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Where, in Africa?
No, in our backyard. The rattlesnakes.
Oh, I forgot you have a bowl there.
Yeah. You would like it. You like the bowl.
Did you ever go to the skate park Ripon?
Where?
Northern California?
I don't think so.
I mean, I think they have a section that kind of looks like your park because I've seen pictures. Yeah.
I remember. Just speaking of sort of mini ramps and stuff, I remember seeing you do, and this is because you had a big nose and you were capable, but I remember seeing you first do, or you were the first one to do frontside nose blunts.
Oh, yeah.
And I remember thinking, like, that is the next level.
Yeah.
Of mini ramp, of ramp things.
Yeah.
Because blunts were kind of new.
Yeah.
But no one was doing nose blunts, and certainly no one was doing 180. But I just remember thinking, like, that is such a natural move, and no one's thought of it or was capable of it, and then you were just doing it with ease.
Yeah. It was awkward. I mean, it kind of reminded me of like a dodo bird or something, because you kind of like go...
It's so awesome, though, that you were able to figure it out.
It's just, people were doing blunt to fakie, and then, like, I mean, what's next? You just ollie 180 into it, and it's like switch, though,
Yeah, but that's what it seems so innate to you.
Yeah, I mean,
and no one else had even considered it.
Yeah, but I mean, every time I'm always like that's good. Like, but how will it look backwards, or like how?
Right.
You know what I mean? So, my friend just sent me a clip. You know Jeremy Decline in France?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So he sent me a clip, and he's doing a feeble, like a regular feeble to backside feeble, on a thing. I go, do it backwards. I go, boom, boom. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But that's your that's your train of thought.
Yeah, so I want to.
It's so fascinating.
Now I want to do that backwards.
That's what I mean. That's why I love that you're talking about that right now. Like at our age, you're like, yeah, I want to do that trick. You meant I want to do it the other way.
Yeah, do it backwards.
Yeah, like I'm so I don't have I have those thoughts, but I don't have the follow through. I'm like, I'm gonna go do that.
No, but you do. I see it on your. I see it on your Instagram.
But it's more like I'm trying to figure out tricks that are because I still have all kinds of crazy ideas.
No, I see you do body varial stuff. I've noticed that.
Yeah, but I'm not doing it in the air.
Yeah, but I mean,
so body varial. That's another one. I learned that from you.
Oh, really? Oh, yeah, the indie body varial.
Indie body varial. Yeah.
What was your article you had? It was called
Beyond.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you put me on that.
Of course. But that was the thing. Like every time you did something new, it was always like, how did no one else think of that?
Yeah.
How is that? I mean, it because we didn't have that mindset. We didn't have that creativity. And it was always fascinating to watch you do that. I mean, even, like the way you did Stalefish, I was like, man.
Yeah. That's a strange one. Like, that's a super strange one because I thought I invented it. I mean, I'm not like that arrogant or that conceited.
No, here's my version of that trick.
Yeah.
Is that for sure we were doing it around the same time.
Yeah.
I know that to be true.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it was probably 85-ish.
Yeah.
And I wasn't like, oh, I made this up.
No, but
I was doing it, and then but I'm just telling you how I got named.
Okay.
I was doing it, and at that Swedish summer camp.
Yeah, and you got the stale fish, and the fish was stale, right?
Right, but I didn't name it.
Oh, you didn't?
No, I was keeping a diary of our time. We were stuck there for like 5 weeks, and we were so bored. So I was just keeping notes.
Yeah.
And it was super cryptic just for me.
Yeah.
You know, it was like, oh, skated, had lunch, like went to Stockholm, and then it just said stale fish. Mm-hmm. And this dude, pretty sure it was Barry Abrick, he picked up my diary, like kind of grabbed it from me as I was writing it. He's like, what is this? I go, oh, this is my journal. And he's like, what's a stale fish? He goes, is it that trick you do with the back of the hand? You go like grab it like that. And I was like, sure.
Yeah.
That's it. You know what I mean? Like that's how it came to have the name.
Yeah.
It was weird to think that, oh, I'm claiming this trick.
Yeah.
It was more like, they didn't have a name.
Yeah, but the photos, you're definitely doing it before me. As soon as, who was the guy, Dead Hippie? What's his name?
Oh, yeah.
Because he wanted to get to the bottom of it. He does like skateboard investigation. Yeah. As soon as the photos came through, I'm like, you know what I mean? You're doing it backside. And that magazine, Ollie, or the Brazilian magazine or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's incredible. But see, like, from my point of view, like, I mean,
But what I'm trying to say is, it was more that grab and whatever. It's very likely that you and I were doing it in separate times, never even seeing each other doing it. But it was just more like, oh, here's a different way to grab.
Yeah.
And that's so you. Like, that's your mindset. Just like, what else can we do? Let's do it this way.
Yeah.
There was an earthquake.
There was.
Yeah, there was.
Yep.
We made the ground shake, dude.
Yeah.
Dude, yes.
Guys made it.
That is wild.
Yeah. I mean, it's not a big deal. I mean, you named it your way. I named it my way. No, but the Swedish camp was way before.
I know.
Your Swedish camp was way before the Borscht camp.
Yeah. It was.
I think it could have been like a couple years. Yeah, and you can also tell by the tube socks you're wearing.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? Like those tube socks weren't around.
Yeah. I love that you have a memory of naming it though.
Yeah, I mean, it's super funny, man, because I'm not like, I don't ever name tricks, or I don't ever say like, that's not my style, but at that particular time, I thought that I named it. I'm not even kidding you.
Did you ever want to name something though, or were you like, okay, this is the name of that?
Not really.
Like the Gonzales?
No, not really. No. That's not my style.
I didn't think so, yeah.
No, not at all. I like to do new tricks. I mean, I like the pogo.
That is a random one. I hated pogos because I always broke my board or my rails.
It sounds so funny, pogo.
Oh, you just like the name?
Yeah, pogo.
But do you like the trick?
I don't know. The other one too is like the freestyle, the spinning rococo.
I don't know what that is.
It's like a freestyle move. Freestyles have the funniest names.
Yeah, I get lost in it.
Yeah.
When did you really lean into art?
When I stopped doing blind, with Rocco,
Yeah.
I stopped doing blind. I wanted to be like, I wanted to make paintings, and I wanted to be like Basquiat or something.
That was an inspiration.
Make a ton of money, make artwork.
How do you get recognized for that?
I don't know. I do it, and I'm fortunate to show and to make money. It does sell. It's starting to like pick up a little more. But
it seems like you are an established artist. You say it's picking up. I know you've done exhibitions and
books.
Books. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Now that reminds me of something. You did a book.
Yeah.
I hope you remember this. You did a book, and it was just kind of random art.
Zines.
Zines, yeah. And sayings and stuff.
Yeah.
And you're like, I put you in this book.
Okay.
I want to give you a copy of it.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, totally.
I go, you did? And I look through it, and it's just words.
Yeah.
And it says, Tony Hawk licked the coping to make it more slippery.
Coping sucker. That was it, yeah.
What is that? And you were so excited to share it with me, and I was so confused.
Not to be graphic or it was supposed to be erotic. Coping sucker. Like.
So was it a diss?
No, not at all. It was like, because I thought you looked really cool, like a coping sucker. Like the edge of the ramp, you know what I mean? Like,
you said, I remember you giving it to me. You're like, I just like the idea of you having to lick the coping to make it more slick.
That's my dirty mind. I can't help it.
That's not that dirty, but it's hilarious.
Yeah, so that's what that was about.
I'm so glad I got that story.
No, most of my zines are supposed to be funny like that.
It was
they're
funny.
not children. They're not for kids. They're like more adult,
Right.
like because they're funny. Some of them are like stuff like that. It's I think art has to like. You have to it has to like convey something that can't be conveyed through speech or like talking. Like art has to be something that connects with your soul or your mind, or like something that is like not capable of doing any other way.
When you are going to do a painting, do you already have the idea in mind, or do you just let it flow?
Well, in that instance, I was talking about the zines, the poetry.
Oh, the zines. Okay,
but that's art also. But
yeah.
I think the highest art that I do is my zines. And unfortunately, I don't do as many because I do YouTube. I do YouTube posts. But Timothy Leary?
Sure.
So I met Timothy Leary before he passed away, and he saw my zines. And he goes, "This is great." He goes, "This is it."
Really?
Yeah, and I was like, "Yes."
Wow.
Yeah, he goes, "This is where it's at." He goes, "This is it." Because he could see my writing.
That's amazing.
Yeah. And I was like, I don't know. He seemed like a nice guy.
Did you ever meet Prince?
I never met Prince. I wish
No.
I had. I love his music.
Yeah.
I'm a major Prince fan.
I had a chance to go see him in Sydney.
Did you meet him?
No, but just to go see him perform,
Mm.
and just it wasn't in the cards, and then he passed away like right after that.
Oh, shoot. Yeah.
Yeah.
Who's your favorite musician that you've met?
In terms of influence and consistency, Mark Mothersbaugh.
Oh,
sure.
that's awesome. I love
Yeah.
Devo. Okay, sorry to put you on
What
the
about
spot.
you?
I don't know how many people I've met. Maybe Thurston Moore.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You told me about Beck.
Beck?
When Beck first started. Yeah, you're
yeah?
like, you got to listen to this guy. He's pretty cool.
Yeah. Well, he used to play at a cafe in LA called the Troy Cafe or something. His mother was partners in the cafe. So he played once. It was so cool. He came on stage and he had a blower, those leaf blowers?
Yeah.
And he brought it on stage and there must have been like 15 people there watching.
Was he blowing it at the crowd?
I don't know if it was for sound effect or artistic, or it was just
I love you remember that.
It was so out there that I was like into it.
What about how did you get involved in movies?
Movies?
Yeah, Gummo and
Oh yeah, just people ask me to be in it, or yeah. I mean, I would love to make a movie. I haven't yet, but
Yeah.
I don't. When you said, "How did you get in a movie?" You made me feel like I like I'm behind the scenes actually doing movie stuff.
I don't know. You could be.
Yeah, I'm not.
You're very prolific, Mark.
Yeah, no, I don't do movies. So people ask me. That was really strange, though. Those people were authentic people.
What does that mean?
In Gummo, they're like authentic.
Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah, you mean they weren't actors.
Yeah, so it was it felt a little frightening because I mean, that guy, you seen how he just like destroys that chair and he's like not finished and he's like still has like amped. He's still amped. It's like he didn't pull his trick or something. You know what I mean? You know when you can't pull your trick, you start to get frustrated.
Yeah.
Yeah, it seemed like he was frustrated.
I never really saw you get mad.
No.
No.
Yeah, people say I'm pretty. I don't know. I get mad sometimes.
I mean, what if you're in a full rage mode about a trick? Do you quit in frustration or do you just kind of let it go?
I think I've thrown my board before. I've gotten mad and thrown my board. When I don't get my way, I get mad. I get angry.
You mean just in life?
Yeah.
You seem to have cultivated a lifestyle that allows you to kind of do what you want.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
you're still, I mean, you're a responsible parent.
Yeah, for sure.
Family man.
Yeah.
Do you remember we used to go to Fresno?
Yeah, that was so
a
much
lot
fun.
together.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we both had girlfriends there.
Yeah, that was funny.
And then you and I would
think
skate
my
the arc.
girlfriend at the time went out with, or used to be in school with your girlfriend, right?
Yeah. But we would just go skate the arc.
Yeah. Do you remember how long it took to get there? 99 highway or?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, we go up there to surf that Kelly Slater wave sometimes.
Uh-huh.
And so I know.
It's in Fresno?
It's pretty close, yeah.
Wow. I started surfing, Tony.
You did?
Yeah.
Where?
Sometimes I go to the indoor surf park in New Jersey.
Oh, yeah, I've seen that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the same technology as Waco. That looks fun.
Yeah, I mean, but as soon as I'm like into it, it's already over.
Yeah, it's pretty short.
Yeah.
Can you stand up and go down the line, like ride the face?
Yeah. I have a surf instructor named Corey when I go to Montauk. He's super cool.
What size board do you ride? Do you know?
I ride a bigger board.
A long one, yeah.
Yeah, it's super funny. My wife goes, she's the one that got me into it. Living in Huntington Beach, when I was younger.
Yeah.
And trying to surf, I mean, I've tried so many times. I mean, I went everywhere I've been trying to surf.
It's the steepest learning curve as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah. So I had to paddle. I never could do it. I mean, I've tried so many times and I've never could do it. And then she got me surf lessons. So we went to Montauk and I had a surf instructor. He got me out there and he like pushed me into the wave.
Yeah.
And so then I got it and I was like so excited. I go, this is great. So like once a year on my birthday, I go surfing and Corey pushes me into the wave.
No, but have you figured out how to paddle into it?
Yeah, I can do it.
You can, yeah.
I did a Toomey commercial and I actually caught a few waves on my own. Yeah, because it's like
okay, you can't just breeze through that. I did a Toomey commercial.
No, because I'm saying that's when I did the Toomey commercial. I caught a few on my own without Corey.
Right, but I'm saying like, how did you do a Toomey commercial?
I don't know. Let's skip the. What the heck? That was the point of the Toomey's commercial. Was during the Toomey's.
But I'm grabbing onto that detail because I think it's fascinating.
But it's not the end of the story. This is a funny part.
Okay, all right.
So. So I go out there one time with Corey and I'm surfing. My wife goes, she goes, "Do you have fun?" I go, "Yeah." She goes, or like, "You look pretty good out there." And I go, "Yeah." Corey pushes me. But I meant he actually literally pushes me. And she goes, "Oh, that's sweet. He pushes you." Like,
oh yeah, like he encourages you.
Yeah, he motivates me. I go, "No," and I realized she misinterpreted what I had said. And then I go, "No, he actually pushes me into." He pushes me. You know what I mean? Like. I don't know.
Okay, so I want to go back to just every time you say something reminds me of something else. But Fresno.
Yeah.
I know you have to give me the version of the story, but I remember going up there at some point. It was probably around the later years that we were going there, or almost when we stopped going there. But someone sent a newspaper article where it basically said, professional skateboarder Mark Gonzales broke his shoulder evading police at the Fresno airport.
Yeah. That was pretty crazy. That was heavy because it's like American Federal Aviation.
Yes.
If you go through the checkpoint without
Right. So this is before 9/11. This is like 80s, right?
Yeah, but still, you can't go.
Yes, I know. Yeah.
So I thought I left my hip sack. I had a hip sack, of course. I thought I left my hip sack on the plane, and I just wanted to run back onto the plane.
Yeah.
And I went through the checkpoint without it. And then I come back out, I couldn't find my hip sack, and I was with Nadas, and Nadas is there waiting for the cab or however we were going to get from point A to point B. And he's there waiting, and I just went through the airport, went on the plane, skated through this area, and I thought no big deal. To us, that's nothing.
Right.
It's like no big deal. We were just trying to recover my hip sack, and I'm not finding it, so I'm going back to meet Nadas and leave. And as I'm going back to meet Nadas, I'm right where the cars go at pickup area, and I go to tie my shoe as I'm skateboarding.
While you're skating.
Yeah, I'm going to tie my shoe as I'm skating, and I look up. Right when I look up, there's an I-beam, like an I-beam that holds things up. And I was going to hit it straight on my head or something. I just moved to the side like that. I take the I-beam to my collarbone, and I broke my collarbone. Then the cops pull up on me and handcuff me. And I go, I got a broken collarbone. I go, be cool. I got a broken. He just pulled both my arms behind me and handcuffed me. And then they took me into this little room, and they found my hip sack somehow. He goes, can I open your hip sack? I go, no. He goes, what do you mean, no? I go, what if you open it and put something in there? I go, I want to wait for the real cops to get here.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, but it became a big incident, and I was like...
So did they actually arrest you, or it was...
Yeah, I think I got arrested. They were real cops. They were I don't know. And I had to have a lawyer and say that, I don't know. I mean...
But when did you end up going to the hospital?
I mean, after the guy took the handcuffs off me and I was released, or I had a thing that said that I was going to go to court or appear, or it was pretty serious, but I don't.
But I remember you telling me the story because I was I saw some news article on you. Yeah, well, I was trying to tie my shoe. And I was like, wait, what?
I mean, that's the story.
It's a very Mark Gonzales on brand story.
Yeah, it sucked. I remember have you broke your collarbone before?
No, but I separated my shoulder.
Did you ever break your ribs?
Yeah.
That sucks. When you sneeze
I broke a rib up here, so I thought it was my collarbone. Actually, the first time I tried to make a 900.
Oh, yeah?
When I fully committed to it, I was leaning too far forward, and I just went into the flat, and I felt something pop.
Yeah.
And I couldn't, like that. I couldn't breathe.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember I had to go pick up Riley from preschool right then.
Yeah.
So I went, and I just I'll deal with this later. And then I couldn't sleep that night, so I went and got x-rays the next day. Convinced that I broke my collarbone. They're like, no, you broke a rib, but your rib is right here.
Wow.
So I guess I was lucky.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
Did it hurt when you sneezed or laughed?
Everything hurt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it sucks having to wait to get better, right?
Yeah, nothing they can do.
Yeah.
I mean, they kind of said, well, it's broken, but it's still in place. So good luck with that.
Yeah.
I don't know. What was your worst injury?
Maybe my wrist. I got stitches. I got a plate in there. Or
when?
Not my wrist. I don't know what you call it.
When did you do that?
This area. 2 or 3 years ago.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Skating?
I was doing a commercial. I did a ice plant.
I was doing a commercial. I was doing
ice plant off the wall.
Oh, really?
Yeah, a little mini ramp up against the wall, and I did an air off the mini ramp, kicked off the wall, and came back down, and I whipped back, put my hand down, and just snapped. And then
Harsh.
I held it the whole way. This was during COVID, so I had to have a mask on it in the hospital.
What was the commercial for?
For Spotify.
Really?
Yeah, but it only came out on my YouTube channel, so it didn't appear anywhere else. I mean,
So the slam was on video.
Yeah, it's in the commercial. I'll send you the link.
Is? Okay.
I'll send you the link for it.
Oh, wow.
Then we added it into the thing.
Wow.
It became part of the commercial that I broke my arm.
Right.
Spike Jonze was in it.
Oh, that's cool.
Jason Schwartzman was in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I need more commercial work.
Were you? I mean, I feel like at this point, if you get a commercial, it's just more like, oh, get Mark Gonzales. You're not trying out for it.
I mean, yeah, I'm not going to try out for nothing. I don't want to try out. I mean, yeah, I don't want to try out. I did a commercial for Nissan trucks, and it aired during the Super Bowl. Spike directed it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it was fun, but it was hard work.
Why?
Because the dogs in the commercial, they were getting more attention than me. The dog handler said, "Do not try to pet the dog. Don't befriend the dog. Otherwise, they won't listen to our commands." I said, "Okay, okay." It was a pretty serious commercial.
Wow.
It paid really well.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. What is your main source of income?
I don't even know.
That's on brand for your answer too.
Yeah.
I just exist.
Yeah.
I mean, you feel like you're always. You're
No,
always.
the thing is like if I worry about like if I think about money and try to like make it and realize where my biggest or where the majority of my money comes from, if I look at money, I won't stop till I have all the money. No, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I think so.
I mean, it'll become a game to me, and I'll just be like, "Yeah, this is how I'm gonna do this," or like, you know what I mean? And then I don't want to be that kind of guy. I don't want to be like, I don't want to be.
Do you have a manager?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
You know him, Ryan.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Ryan Clemens.
Oh, yeah.
So it's better that I don't get involved with money. When I was little, I mean,
Has Ryan set you up with things where you're like, nah?
not really. I don't really. I mean, seriously, Tony, I can't get into it. I mean, when I was little, I mean, seriously, like 10 cents, 15 cents, like, how could I make it into $2? Like $2, how can I make that into 10? You
Yeah.
know? I mean, it's too, I'm so glad that I'm not there anymore, but it was fun.
Do you think you were spending too freely in the 80s? Like when you're getting vision
No,
money?
because I had so much fun. And, you know,
That's good. That's a
spending
good
money is
perspective.
so fun.
Yeah.
I mean, what's the point of having money if you're not going to spend it?
Right.
But it's not how much money you have. It's how little money you spend.
Wow. That's deep, I think.
It's totally deep.
So you just keep collecting it, but not spending it. But I mean,
I don't
in the
wanna-
80s, when we were in Europe, you were spending wildly.
Yeah, I mean, you got to.
I don't think you have to.
I mean, why not?
But you did have a vision card, which I was jealous of.
Yeah, with the vision card, yeah. Yeah, I mean, if you're going to make money, you should spend it. I mean, that's the way it is.
Okay.
I mean, one of the best times when I'd get money, I was like, I would want to like eat good or buy clothes or,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? New shoes.
Yeah, eating good is that's my vice for sure.
So how was eating at Jiro?
It was awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was super fun.
Yeah, eating good is good. Did you ever go to the Moulin Rouge?
Yeah.
The food there was pretty good.
But it's a show, right?
Yeah, but they also like they have you can.
I thought we went with that Paris demo.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
Wasn't the
and we
food,
went to the catacombs.
Yeah, wasn't the food good at the Moulin Rouge?
I don't remember the food.
It was so good. They had this dessert.
I remember the show was like 3-something hours long. Wasn't there a guy like spinning plates?
Yeah,
Do you remember that? And
Yeah.
he kept dropping one.
yeah.
And it was definitely like, oh, that guy blew it. And then he kept blowing it, and it was like, oh, that guy's just not on point.
Yeah, I remember that. That was crazy.
That's so wild.
What did you think of the catacombs?
I thought it was interesting.
Yeah.
It was weird because we went when it wasn't really a tour.
Yeah,
You could just go.
yeah,
And so you like people are picking up bones and stuff.
Yeah.
It got a little weird. It got uncomfortable.
yeah. I
I
mean,
was like, I don't think you should be touching the bone. You
Yeah,
weren't doing it. The other people were doing it.
yeah, death is crazy. I mean, the catacombs. I mean, like, there's like a lot of death there.
But, yeah, it's a lot of death.
I think my daughter, I would probably want to go to the catacombs.
We took Katie when she was 12.
What did she think of the catacombs?
We didn't tell her we were going because we didn't want her to be scared.
Yeah.
And then we just, when we were in line, she's like, what are we doing? We're going to the catacombs. What is that?
Oh, geez.
Where they buried all these people.
Was she upset or?
It was better that way.
No.
She wasn't upset, no.
No.
But also, like, our boys were there, so, everyone was fine.
What do you think of dinosaur bones?
I think they're cool. What do you think of them?
Dinosaur bones. No, because I heard you guys say last night. You said something about dinosaur, like
Yeah. Vert, being a Vert dinosaur, yeah.
yeah. I mean, no, for me, I never like used the term dinosaur as meaning an old person. No, but also, I think it was one of the Roman emperors. He decorated his villa with dinosaur bones. So that's what I was getting at.
We went to this crazy bone church
Where was it?
in Prague, outside of Prague.
Yeah.
It's very goth, but
I
It's
like golf.
interesting. It is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you like the food there?
Yeah. Yeah. Not at the Bone Church, but in Prague, yes.
Yeah, the food is pretty good. They have those like little like circle things, you know? The gravy is nice. Yeah, I like
Oh, I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Do you make guac?
Not really. No. I eat it.
Yeah.
I don't like to make it. Do you
you
make
cook-
food?
Yeah, I cook. I like to cook.
You do?
Yeah.
What do you like to cook? What's your specialty?
I make guacamole.
Cooking.
this this sounds like a joke or something.
No, it doesn't. Not when I know you. Not at all.
I like to make I make my wife chilaquiles
Oh, I love chilaquiles.
on Monday. Not Monday, on Mother's Day.
Oh, okay. So
what
once
she
a
like-
year.
Yeah. But sometimes when I make the chips, because I make the homemade chips, and then
Yeah.
I do it all.
Yeah.
So sometimes the chips are a little too greasy.
That's cool. You make chips.
Yeah.
I love homemade chips.
Yeah, they're good.
Okay, I remember what I was going to ask you about. We were talking about injuries. Tell me about the Sunset Car Wash.
Oh my God. My daughter asks me about it all the time.
It's so gnarly.
She goes, Dad, when you lost half your eyebrow, she goes, did you cry? She wants to know if I cried. I go,
You
no.
came to a skidding stop.
Yeah, on my face.
I remember there's only a couple times where you've actually told me about injuries, like through our time together. It was that, and when you went tumbling down those stairs.
Oh, that was crazy, the stairs. I got like a crazy scar. on
Yeah,
my-
that's what you showed me.
Yeah.
And I remember you telling me how you. I feel like, I don't know, I'm putting words in your mouth, but I feel like that was one of the first times you ever felt like it was a gnarly, traumatic injury,
Yeah.
and you were kind of shook from it.
Yeah, I was definitely shook. The scar, I didn't know if I should go to the doctor or not, if I needed stitches. Because you can't bleed right there. There's no blood, but it looked like a white thing inside. I was like, what is this?
That's so gnarly. So was that worse than the car wash?
I think the car wash was worse. It's so weird because, like, I had, like, a scrape on my hip. Like, I lost half my eyebrow. I mean, I don't know how I could have hit my hip. Like, it must have just, I don't know. It was
You mean on the car wash? Or the,
yeah, the
or
car
stair-
wash.
Yeah.
I don't know, like,
I've only been there once, and I like went halfway down it just
Yeah.
to feel what that is like, and I was like, "There's no way."
some guy kickflipped it.
I know, amazing.
Yeah.
Yep.
I remember before I did it, or before I didn't do it, before I ate shit on it. I used to take the bus. You know, I would take the bus that goes right down Sunset. Is it Sunset?
Yep.
And I'd see it, and I'm like, man, I got to do that. I got to do that. It looks so perfect. You know, the roof is so close to the
Yeah.
transition. I got to do that. And then I started just getting up and going from the top with not going off the roof, just going
Which
from
is
the top,
super gnarly.
like practicing. it.
Yeah, but that's still so
Here I
gnarly.
go again, practicing.
Training. You were training.
I was training, so I'm training for it, and then I told Cardiel, I go, man, I got to do this. You got to do it. We'll do it together. Let's come down and we'll do it. And he goes, if I do it, you have to do it also. And I was like, I didn't want to do it because it looked like
You just wanted to see him do it.
it looked like hell.
Yeah.
So he does it and he makes it, and I thought, oh shit, now it's my turn. And I ate shit. I mean, it sucked.
Pay the price.
Yeah, I got to pay the piper.
Is there anything that you've ever felt where I need redemption on that?
No way.
No.
No, not really.
I
mean,
wouldn't feel that way either, but I was curious if you ever were like, oh, that's the one that got away.
No way. I mean, it wasn't mine in the first place. I mean, I couldn't. I wanted, as much as I wanted to do it and as much as I trained for it,
Yeah.
it wasn't in my cards.
Did you know
did
that
it.
we put a handrail that looks similar to that double kink that you did in our video game?
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I mean, I
As,
feel like
as an homage to you.
Wow, nice. I feel like I missed out. That was super funny when Rodney told the guy his legs were messed up. He goes, the guy in the doctor's office
Yeah.
said, "I play you all the time."
Yes.
He goes, maybe that's why I'm so sore. That was funny.
That rail you did in the blind video, I feel like that was a breakthrough. Like that changed the game.
Yeah.
When you did that, did you think, oh, this is super gnarly?
Well, yeah, there's a drop on the other side.
Sure, but I just mean like I know enough about your mindset where you're like, I got this.
I didn't know that I had it. I had my brother and my cousin were there, and they held me up, and they were like, and then I felt like what it's gonna feel like to go through the kink, and then I just did it. So
First try.
I think so. Yeah, first try.
Wow.
I think it must have been first try. I mean, I just kept telling myself, stay on this side, don't go over the other side.
But were you prepared to run down the stairs too?
You never
Whatever.
know what you're going to
Yeah.
do. You know, sometimes you run out backwards, or sometimes I'm like, how do you not trip your ankle falling downstairs?
I that's the reason I
mean,
quit
like
street skating.
You
I just kept rolling my ankles on everything.
Yeah, so when you fall on stairs, like doing a handrail, or if you can't make it, you're just like, you step and like you just, I guess, I don't know how you don't step. You know, it doesn't make sense. You know.
Do you have any lingering injuries?
Not really, no. I mean,
Like, does your back hurt, your neck hurt, anything
No.
like that? No.
I feel good. No, I don't have any.
I mean, you're in good shape. Like, you're skating all the time. It's amazing.
Yeah, thanks.
Wow. Well, I don't know, Mark. Anything else you want to talk about?
No, let's
No.
talk.
Are we done here?
Can you make up a trick and call it the moon landing?
Yes.
I mean, you could make up a trick and call it the moon landing. What about
See,
that?
that's what you would always do. You would project stuff like that, where I know you were capable of doing something new and calling it that, but you're always like, "Why don't you do this?" Like you had to throw it to others.
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know. I mean, because I don't know. It's just my nature.
But also, I feel like it was that people are capable of certain things,
Yeah.
and you were like, just unlock that. You
Yeah.
could do it.
Yeah.
I mean, you did it for me all the time. Like you have no idea how much you inspired me.
Oh, really?
Yeah, through those years. Are you kidding me? Like the reason I did body barrels, the reason I did nose blunts and probably Stalefish, like all that stuff was because it was like, dude, Gonz, like you. I think in the opposite way, you made me stop doing eggplants.
Eggplants?
Yeah, because I could never do eggplants like you. So I was like, why bother?
Yeah.
Because that like yours are the best ones. If you're ever gonna do it, it should look like that.
Yeah.
And then I was like, mine are never gonna look like that.
Yeah. I don't know.
And frontside inverts. I mean, you were one of the guys that turned a frontside invert into an eggplant.
Yeah. Well, that was Neil. I mean, Neil.
Of course, yeah.
Yeah. He's like.
He's the oracle.
I can't stop saying how much he inspired me. Yeah. So I mean, I don't know how to handle that kind of. I don't know what to say really.
Well, I mean that's you.
Yeah.
But I agree too. Neil would throw tricks out just like, hey, someone should do like the ho-ho. He created the ho-ho, the idea of the ho-ho.
Yeah.
And then it took Steve Chenier to actually make it happen.
Yeah.
But he was so forward thinking like that.
Yeah. What about the earthquake? Is that crazy?
That was pretty crazy. We just sat through an earthquake. What's fun is that people will know exactly when this was recorded now.
Yeah. What else? Let's go get some sushi.
Okay. That was it. Mark Gonzales I'm sorry that Jason couldn't be here. Jason is seriously crushed, and he had a conflict, and he had a paying gig, and sometimes it's just the timing doesn't work. But
Can I give it a plug?
Yeah.
Hi, this is Mark Gonzales. I want you to fucking know you're watching Hawk vs. Wolf. Motherfucking pay attention to this bullshit, motherfucker. Ugh. No cussing. I was just pretending to be Jake Phelps.
That was perfect. All right. Like and subscribe. Thanks, Mark.